name's Hannah, and I live in Orono, and I manage the taproom brewery. So, busy, to say the least. And I was the first employee that Tim hired in the taproom. It's very important to Tim that he feels like his employees have a voice and that he's not ever just going to be a dictator. Never would want to be that. So it's important to him that he keep it a place that people really want to work. So.
Tim Gallen, brewer, owner of Blackbear Brewery. So we opened up a brewery. We started with just the brewery. We were making production beer for distribution. And then a year ago, we opened the tap room for a local place for people to come drink here at the brewery. And now we're undergoing another expansion. We took on another 1,200 square feet. I mean, the whole thing is difficult. There's nothing easy about it. It's all a lot of work. It's all physical work. So it's really, there's a lot to it. That's why it's fun. So everything's constantly changing. Nothing's ever been the same.
Our market really is right out of this tap room. That's our biggest sales. We distribute across the state, but our best sales are right out of our front door. We're just trying to supply beer for the sales that we have right now. We can barely keep up back there. Both Tim and I feel very strongly that anyone who works behind that bar needs to really be able to answer questions about beer. We get people coming in who really know beer, and they want the people behind the bar to be able to talk beer with them. I would not give this job up for anything because I've met so many amazing community members through this job. I mean, I've met amazing professors and farmers and musicians, and people just talk and have a great time. I really think part of the reason why we have such a regular crowd in here is because people now have a personal investment in Tim's career. I mean, he started years ago, and it really, to watch him grow and to watch the business grow, I think has been fun for the town and for the regulars. And he's so friendly. I mean, you can't help but just want his business to do well because he's so friendly, and it's really important to him that he works with the community and with other local businesses.
We live in Orono. My son goes to the Orono schools. We're invested in the community, and the business is also invested and rooted in the community. So it's really a local business. It's not like you make a ton of money right off. It's always kind of an investment into growth and into a future, and it takes everything.
People talk about politics and the environment and farming. There's so much great farming around here, and we have a lot of really educated folks in their various fields of being professors at the university and learning about research they're doing, and just great conversation in here. And another thing that I love is it's not an ageist place. There are a lot of places where it's an older crowd or a really young fraternity kind of crowd. And here, I've had so many older people come in and say, what I love is I'm in my 60s or I'm in my 70s, and I come and have a conversation with somebody who's 23 and find great things to talk about and nobody minds. I mean, all of those different ages come here and talk to each other, which is pretty rare nowadays. There just aren't a lot of outlets for that, so I love that, seeing all this different ages of people coming and finding community here. We know that people come here for the community, for the beer, for the conversation. I think absolutely having good beer at this price is important for getting those different levels of socioeconomic status in one area and talking to each other. And I see it in the people and the kind of work that they do, and they come in. I definitely see that. People come in here are engaged people. They have things that they care about, people that they care about, things they want to talk about. It's a community hub, without a doubt. It's just I don't know what it is about whether it was the brewery first or the people first that made it that way, but somehow that's what's turned into. People comment on that all the time, that it definitely feels different from a lot of other bars, that it feels like a family, but also people just aren't afraid to talk about issues in here. I think we are so divided on so many things that people don't talk about it, but in here, there's just, everyone just talks about all the tough things and sometimes really in-depth conversations that you wouldn't expect to happen behind a bar, And it's important for people to get together and talk about those things. So I love that there's an outlet here that people feel they can come and it feels like a family